Senator Sherrod Brown is traveling to Iowa tonight for his Dignity of Work tour. The Ohio Democrat is one of many potential contenders who could be running for president in 2020. Brown kicked off his nationwide tour last night in Ohio, where he slammed President Trump for phony populism, but he also touted himself as a progressive, fighting for workers' rights.
Often people and Democratic activists and pundits act like our party has to choose between advocating for strong progressive values that excite our base, which we do, or talking to working class voters about their lives. For us, it's not either or. You govern by speaking to progressive values and fighting for workers. You campaign that way, you win that way. That's why we will always do both.
Jeremy Pelzer is with me now from Columbus, Ohio. He's a politics reporter for Cleveland.com. Good to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, Jeremy, we just heard Senator Brown talking about balancing progressive ideals while fighting for the everyday American worker. So what can you tell us about him and how he would fare against somebody like President Trump in 2020?
Well, at the very least on paper, Sherrod Brown is a very tantalizing candidate for the Democrats. He is from a red state, or what has been a red state the last couple of cycles. And ever since he's been elected, he has propounded a lot of the same themes that President Trump has, especially on the need for trade tariffs and protecting blue-collar manufacturing jobs. And so he's taking a page out of President Trump's playbook, even before President Trump himself wrote the playbook.
Yeah, and that is kind of interesting. I mean, as you pointed out, Ohio has been reddish. There's a lot of people who think that it could be a purple state at some point. But, you know, President Trump won Ohio in 2016 by 8 points. And Senator Brown won re-election in November by 7 points. What are the things, the policies primarily, that keep attracting Ohio voters and potentially could translate to votes nationwide?
Well, certainly in Ohio, manufacturing jobs are a big concern, especially in voter-rich areas like Northeast Ohio. And obviously, as you said, Senator Brown won re-election, but President Trump won too. And they both have been saying the same things, the need to have strong economic policies that protect manufacturing jobs here in Ohio. So that's why you had President Trump winning on one hand, but also Senator Brown, who's an unabashed liberal, winning last year.
All right, and let's talk about this. Senator Brown obviously is going to be competing with a list of potential Democrats that are vying for the presidency. Many of those are women. They are more diverse than we've ever seen. We could see even more candidates emerge soon. So how would he distinguish himself from that class if you are looking at perhaps trying something different if you're a Democrat voter?
Well, one is that many people haven't heard of Sherrod Brown, so he would be, quote unquote, a rising star if he catches fire. He also has a very distinctive voice, not only in terms of his opinions, but his voice itself is pretty gravelly and very distinctive, so that would set him out. And also, I think you'll have a lot of Democratic pundits and voters who think, hey, we need to reach those blue-collar, white, male voters that went for Trump in 2016 but went for Obama before that. We should run a more traditionally, frankly, white male candidate to help lure in those voters, and Senator Brown might be the answer for them.
So explain a little bit more about this Dignity of Work tour and what he's hoping to sell to the American people.
Well, Brown's looking to go to 4 early primary states, so the 4 earliest, Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada. And he is going to be talking, it's almost he's using the same catchphrases and stump speeches that he's used on his re-election Senate campaign, but now he's diversifying it, talking about the need for everyone to have a strong, good-paying job, but at the same time without sacrificing many of the liberal ideals that he is talking about. So he's taking and repackaging what he has been talking about for years, only on a national scale.
Really fascinating stuff. Jeremy Pelzer, we thank you.
Thank you.